my past traumas. Everything that was done to me, it was a part of the plan. Even though at the time I didn't know what it meant, it didn't feel good. I said, Lord, why me? Why do we have to go through so much? Because we were created in God's image. He had a master plan for our life in the first place. So now we gotta give him thanks. We gotta give him praise. And no matter what we've been through, we had to grow through it. We went through it for his plan and for his purpose. We are wonderfully and fearfully made in his image. We gotta remember that. So no matter what the world has tried to do to you, they tried to take your peace, they tried to take your joy, but you know who's still in control? You are. So walk in your healing. Believe you are healed. Know that you are whole. Despite what they did to you, no one can take control of your mind. They can't take control of your peace. Don't give them that. They can't never have that, because you are beautiful. You are amazing. You are successful. Keep going, and know that the world is waiting on you to stand up, because you are perfect in every way. We all made mistakes, but that does not define you. It's only a part of who you were. But now you stand up, you rise up, kings and queens, and believe in your name again. Know that you are whole. Know that you are healed. Know that you got control of your life. No more evil thoughts. No more worrying. Positivity is what you speak. Positivity is what you give. Positivity is what you live. Continue.
Good afternoon, good morning, and all that great stuff. Hello, everyone. I am your host, T. Nicole. Welcome to the Live from the Inside Out show with your host, T. Nicole and Demel X. Hi, Jamel. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you? Peace to everybody, man. And I'm hoping that we can have a decent dialogue, as we always do. But maybe they walk away with something that we can, something of substance.
Yes. I want to say welcome, guys. And I want you guys to do me a favor. Make sure y'all like this video, share this video, and comment any questions, concerns that you may have, because me and Demel are here to answer any questions that you may have. And make sure y'all get these views up. So we need your help. I know y'all like, okay, how often y'all gonna do it? Demel, how often are we gonna do it? And what do you think we need to be talking about on our show, Demel?
I think I read something, and obviously I'm on the inside, you know what I mean? So I'm looking out. But I read a very disturbing stat, which says that as far as internet or social media is concerned, that the number one emotion that elicits responses is anger. And I'm like, I don't want to elicit anger. You know what I'm saying? I'm already in an environment where it's like dangerous, it's angry, it's mean at times. So I don't want to contribute to that. I want to be the total opposite of that. So I think we're going to try to do this as often as possible, at least once a week for sure. I think some of the things that we need to talk about is something that's going to help somebody, man. You know what I mean? There's a brother by the name of Andre Norman from the Second Act podcast. And he was like, yo, man, you know, how are you going to help people? It was a sister by the name of Sherelle Hogan over Pure Heart Foundation. She is over 5,000 children of incarcerated parents. And she was asking us, you know, how are you going to use your influence? So I think we should use our voice and our influence on ways that can help people. And we're not trying to be preachy. We're not trying to be all Dr. Phil, E. But you know what I'm saying? I don't want to just be on here talking about some stuff that piss people off, because I could do that, and I imagine that you could do that. But we got enough that we can complain about in our lives already. Let's be solution oriented.
And you know what? That's the good thing. That's what we are. We are going to continue to be the ones that bring solutions. And that's why it's so important for you guys to come, because it's like me and Demel can have a dialogue every single solitary day, but it's not about us just having this conversation. It's like we see a problem, we see a need. And so we're being the ones that have the answer to the problem, because we don't just, live in this moment and because of our experiences and our expertise, it's like we can help somebody, because you free people, I heal people. When we come together, we believe that free people heal people. So that's how we look at it. I do too, Jamel. So we was talking about something last week, and it was talking about trauma and coping with trauma and like healing through that. So would you like to finish that conversation, because it was getting good last week and we couldn't even finish it all?
And I'm gonna try to just so the audience knows, because I gotta wait 15 minutes if I can call back, y'all. So I'm gonna try to get back in there today. Absolutely, I want to pick up on that if I can really quickly, and I don't want to disrespect my daughter's privacy and her and whatnot. But I was having a conversation with my daughter earlier this morning, and we were talking about hospital stays and the living with physical pain, and what that does to your mood, to your mind, and I would imagine it is traumatic. Mm-hmm. And I was speaking to her, and I was talking about how, when you're in pain or you just don't feel like it, man, your energy is low. Mm-hmm. And that could come across to people who encounter you as you're not being engaging. So I misunderstood her, and I wanted to give her an apology. And I gave it to her in private. I wanted to do it in public because I love my baby. And I was like, well, this way, I didn't know if you wanted to talk because, your energy was low. And it just clicked and dawned on me. A lot of us live in physical pain. Mm-hmm. Okay, physical pain is going to affect your mood. Your mood is going to affect your energy and how you interact with people. So sometimes, man, people literally just don't feel like it, but that does not mean that they don't want to interact with you. It's just they're doing their best at that time. Mm-hmm. And I think this is linked to a conversation that we have about trauma, because in that traumatic experience of rejection or feeling like I'm not wanted or I don't want to be bothered, it causes us to not have the relationships socially, even within our family structure and outside of that home, going to the store, going to the gas station or to a restaurant. Mm-hmm. Some people, man, their energy is low because they're living with physical pain. They just don't feel like it. And we have to be empathetic, meaning that we feel for them. Now, obviously, you don't want to take the physical pain, but you can understand where they are, and this can help in all of our traumas, i.e. the rigors of life.
You said something, because for somebody that has been dealing with physical pain in her chest and her stomach area, it's like so many different reasons why I have this pain, and it's because of the trauma, and for me suppressing and repressing it. And the thing is, it's like I haven't always lived with pain, but what's causing the pain, I know it's toxic things in our environment that causes pain. And then sometimes it could be a sickness, and it can be anxiety, it can be fear. And so to be able to push through the pain is so necessary. And I love the fact that you apologized to your daughter, and that you were also able to be empathetic. So you was having that for her, because you don't know what she's dealing with, and to be not in the house.
She made that very clear.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But she was able to talk to you, and you was able to hear her. Absolutely. And that was the most important thing. And so I value that conversation. And so thank you for that.
And I value that. I thanked her for that, because, I told her, I said, listen, sweetheart, even though I'm your father, you might want to say, Dad, you tripping. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm supposed to say to that? No, sweetheart, you're right. I have to, put myself in her shoes if at all possible. Which leads me to another aspect of the trauma in terms of us running roughshod over people's feelings. Sometimes we don't know that we're hurting somebody's feelings. And I'm going to tell you, men got this bad. We'll never say my feelings were hurt, because it's just not a masculine thing to say. You know what I mean? We won't admit that our feelings are hurt, because we live in a hyper-masculine society wherein if you say some shit like that, you look at it as some type of way. But I'm reading this book entitled Emotional Intelligence by Daniel Coleman really quickly. One of the things to change your mood, and it sounds so cliche, is to get you a good laugh. And I think this is why some people watch, internet videos where people are either being hurt or doing some silly stuff, or there's this phenomenon for what I'm hearing, people watching silly cat videos like for hours on end, because it does take your mind off of the daily rigors of life. And that good laughter, and it sounds so cliche, y'all, but a good laugh could evoke mood changers that could lead to different creative thinking and problem solving and decision making. So to get out of that negative space, it sounds so cliche, but have a good laugh. And once you lose your sense of humor, we say that in prison all the time. Once you lose your sense of humor, man, that's when they got you.
That part.
Yeah.
So thank you for that. So I want y'all to find y'all a video, get around some family members or somebody that can make you laugh, because a lot of us stop
Absolutely.
laughing. A lot of us stop smiling. And so we got to get back to that place where you're actually happy. So find your happy
Yes.
place, find your
Yes.
happiness, and go
Find
outside
your
and
happiness.
dance. Like, you know what, Demel, you said something, because some things are just so simple and people are afraid to do it because they might
Mm-hmm.
get judged. They might be looked at because they are older now and they don't want to get out and dance. Go outside and dance in the rain. It looked like it's going to rain here, and if it does, I'm gonna go stand in the grass and I'm gonna dance in some rain. I'm just saying, you see how you laugh? Didn't that make you happy?
Yes.
Didn't that make you
Yes.
happy right there in that moment?
Yes. The thought of it, because you know what? As we get older, I think you just hit on something too.
Uh-huh.
As we get older, we put away the things that. Remember when you were a child, you had to be called in from the rain,
Yes.
and your mother's like, "Get your butt out that rain," and we would like, you know what I'm saying, do sing-songy things. That sounds childish at this point because we're full-grown adults. At the same time, man, a lot of children were happy. We were happy children sometimes. And I understand in certain neighborhoods where you can't do that, so I'm not oversimplifying. I know some people live in neighborhoods it's like a goddamn war zone, and I get that. What I'm saying is sometimes adults, we need to tap into our childhood. In the scripture, not to be too preachy, but Jesus says to his disciples, "Suffer the little children to come unto me, for this is the key to the way into the kingdom of heaven." Sometimes, man, you got to keep that childlike spirit. And if you notice something about children, before they get cynical, before they get worn down by the lies that adults tell, and before they get worn down by just disappointment, they are really believers. Their imagination is high. Their level of energy is high. And what I'm saying as adults, we need to tap back into that. Now, I'm not saying just go out there and be silly, but sometimes you might need to, like you say, dance in the rain and be silly.
Dance in the rain, be silly, and let your hair down. These are things that will help you cope and press through pain, and for you to like release the trauma. Because the thing is, like the traumatic experiences, they are, they play on your mental. And I'm somebody that struggles with anxiety a lot, and it's like I can just be going outside and I'd be afraid that something may happen because I'm not in my comfortable environment. So I am being honest. As I get older, it's like this anxiety comes, and so it's like I was afraid to drive on the freeway, the highway, and I'm like, for why is this happening? Because it's all of the traumatic things that we suppress and repress. So now we have to be reformed. We have to reform our mind, you know what I mean, Demel? So it's just like getting into a new place. So dancing in the rain, that's, I'm telling you, if it rains, I'm gonna record myself outside dancing in the rain. Y'all gonna be like, that girl was not
I want to say to all the cynics that's gonna hear this, like, she don't know what the hell she talking about. I ain't dancing no damn rain. Don't be such a Debbie Downer. You know, so don't piss on somebody's campfire, man. Try it. And I'm going to read something to you out of this book that I'm reading right now. It says, "Anxiety undermines the intellect. In a complex, intellectually demanding, and high-pressure task such as air traffic controller, for example, having chronically high anxiety is almost a sure predicator that a person will eventually fail in their training or in the field." Now, imagine if you had a doctor that suffered from what we suffer from. And anxiety is basically worry run amok. If we could somehow have the same, if we could train our mind, because you just hit it, if we could train our mind, lift and our moods, because you got some people like an air traffic controller. Could you imagine if they have panic attacks and they're trying to guide planes in? It's something that we don't even think about. But at any given time, there's like 5,000 flights flying over in the American skies at any given time. But I'm correlating that to everyday mundane activities such as, like you say, driving on the freeway. Could you imagine? I remember this one time, and I'll never forget it. I'm being transported from one prison to another, and I'm shackled, my hands to my waist and my leg irons on. And I'm in a van, and I happen to look over to my right, and there's this lady who's driving like this minivan. I'll never forget it. She has a book on her steering wheel, and as we're riding along for at least 5 minutes, she never looked up. And I'm like, and I'm like, yo, go around this lady, get from around her. You know what I'm saying? Because she's gonna just like, I don't know what she's gonna do. My anxiety went up, and I wasn't even driving because I'm shackled.
Right.
I'm saying that to say this: we have to get to a place where we can control our thoughts and then rely on our past experiences of getting through some things and know that we're going to be okay. So it is a retraining of the mind.
Mm-hmm. Thank you for that, Demille, because a lot of people needed to hear it because so many times they thinking like they're going crazy and what they're thinking is bad. It's not. It's just sometimes you have to live through those moments to rely on the old way in a sense
Yep.
to be able to heal, to be able to
Absolutely.
renew your mindset because it's like some things happen to us in our past, of course. It happened to all of us. But does that
Right.
define you? Does that break you? Does that stop you from going to the next level or going further in your endeavors? So think about what I just said because you can make it. You just gotta
Yes.
think different. You gotta believe different. And I like that what you said about the young lady. So what happened with the lady? Y'all was able to get around her or she left?
All I know is like I think we like she either veered off or we kept going, but I knew it wasn't catastrophic. Thank God. You have 1 minute remaining. Just even remembering it, because
Mm-hmm.
I remember how I felt during the time actually seeing it, man. I got like scared because I'm like, man, this lady is we doing like 70.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? You just happen to look over and see somebody and they never look up. You know what I'm saying? Her reaction, her delayed reaction, if there was something, could have killed everybody. And I knew, and I felt so helpless because number one, I was shackled and I wasn't behind the wheel. But my point being that fear it grips people that don't even have high pressure situations, something small as that. So I think that we just need to, like you say, retrain our minds. This show is designed to have conversations and have little tidbits of tips that can help us instead of harm us. Because I can come over here and rant and rave about the prison system. I can rant and rave about everything, being an angry black man, all of that kind of stuff. But I don't want to do it like that. I don't want to live my life like that. Yeah, so we look forward to talking to you very soon, and we'll be waiting for you. So you have a good moment, and we'll talk to you soon, possibly. Peace. Peace. So, guys, I want you guys to do me a favor. I want you guys to do me a favor and just really reflect over your lives. And if it's something that is standing in your way from stopping you from reaching your greatness, I need you to let it go because you have the power. You have to, say, even though I'm dealing with these different situations, I am powerful. I am strong. I am able to heal through my trauma, to be able to heal through my past and look at the things that you have done. Because I think with every experience, it's like it's a teacher for you. You hear me? Like because it's like a lesson. Your experiences are lessons, and you have to look at those lessons and see what you're being taught. Like, is it helping me to become a better individual? Or is it stopping me from reaching my greatness or being fulfilled in this life? And so the thing is, you are able to overcome your fears. You are able to face your anxiety. You are able to face your fears. I'm a living witness. When I tell y'all, I've been in Texas since February. I've been here for a while now. And so I don't have my immediate family. I have friends, sort of kind of, that I work with, have new people that I work with, right? And so every day I'll be like, okay, what's going to happen? Because I don't know. We really don't know what's happening from day to day. And so for somebody that has been dealing with trauma ever since she was 4 years old, it's like, okay, I don't know about the unknown. It's like we don't know about the unknown. So it's like I prepare myself for greatness every day, even though some things may come my way. And it's like I don't know what's going to happen because I was in the store and I was thinking about what if this happened to me? I'm like, I had to change this mindset because it's like I create and you create. We are creators. So I want y'all to know that whatever you think, it comes to pass. So if I'm thinking negative, if I'm believing negative, guess what's going to happen? Something negative is going to happen. But then now I want to encourage you to start thinking positive. For those that don't know, Demel is preparation for greatness. Yes, you're absolutely right. So listen, DeMel had to go because every 15 minutes, because right now he's currently incarcerated. For those that do not know, he is my co-host. And so that's why the show is live from the inside out. He gives his perspective. I give my perspective. And so we're going to see if he's able to come back in 15 minutes. So y'all going to see me talk. And so if y'all have any questions, comments, concerns,
please feel free to shed light, and I can answer some of your questions for you. And then I'll make sure he can see some of the questions as well. So don't be afraid to speak to us. So we know that you are here. We see. So it doesn't tell me who's in the room, but I want to say thank you for tuning in today. The Live from the Inside Out. We are continuing our conversation from last week when we were talking about healing through the trauma, our healing trauma. And he was mentioning earlier that his daughter, she lives with physical pain, and not to get into her personal business, he didn't go into the whole spiel of what it was, but they were having a conversation, and she was able to give him her view and then let him know some things. And so he had to apologize to her. And so he was like, he wanted to come and apologize, because like with me, our experiences are different. So me, for the last, since 2020, I have been dealing with physical pain. And so I can like empathize with what she's talking about, even though her pain is not my pain. But to be living with pain on the inside, it does not feel good. The pain is unexplained, but I know it has been spiritual for me. It has been mental for me. It has been life changing for me, because of the simple fact, don't know where the pain come from, but some days are better than other days. And it's like I had to retrain my mind. I had to let go of the fear. I had to let go of the anxiety, and it's an everyday process. I know that sounds probably like weird to some people, but I forgot how to laugh for a minute. I forgot how to breathe for a minute. I forgot how to do all of these things. And I'm not going to lie, 2020 was a rough year, because you got to think about it. I'm a hugger. I don't know if you are a hugger, but I used to love to dance. I used to laugh. I used to smile. I used to feel so amazing. But when 2020 hit, it was like everything shut down. Anxiety got high. Fear got high. All of these worries got high, because of the simple fact so many people were going through some things. So you think about what I said. So it's like now we got to get back to that other way, to the old way. Because like me, I used to love to dance. I used to love to do karaoke. I didn't always go to a karaoke spot, but I would sing. You know what I mean? Because that's what I love to do. So it's finding that place, or going to those places that make you happy, seeking for whatever it is that you need to find to be happy, to dance again, to go to like that childlike state. Because the male had made mention how like kids, like when they go outside, used to be outside dancing in the rain, because I was talking about dancing in the rain, that they parents used to have to tell them, get out that rain, but they were happy. So I remember when I was a kid, I was actually happy dancing in the rain, because it just made me feel good, and I felt like I was actually balanced, like grounded to the earth. And so me being somebody that is like in tune with spirit, nature, with love, with God, with creation, like all of these different things, with you, with me, it's like it's amazing when you can reground yourself, when you can know that we are all interconnected. Even though we might not look the same, we might not talk the same, we may not act the same, we might not even believe the same, but I know that's powerful. I know that we can bring forth a change. So, what we're going to do is, I'm going to take a break. And if Demel is able to come back, we'll just do part two of this. So, I just want to say thank you guys for joining us on today. And if Demel is able to come back, we're going to come right back. So, I want to say thank you. And y'all have an amazing day. And if y'all got questions, post the questions. Please, please, please. And we can answer them. So if you want to talk about anything dealing with trauma, if you yourself has dealt with trauma, like you could talk about how it shows up for you, or if you want to know ways to deal with releasing, or how to release fear, how to release anger, how to release frustration, how to heal from it. Because the thing is, like, we have to heal things. I mean, we have to feel things in order to heal them. So if you feeling something, it's for a reason. So now you have to learn how to cope through it and not look at it as being all bad, but it's a part of your process. It's a part of your journey. So I love you guys. Be encouraged, be blessed, and you may see us come back. So don't think it's strange when you see us. I'll be back if I can. If not, y'all have an amazing day. Take care, guys. Bye bye.